dia, boa tarde, boa noite, good day, good afternoon and good evening. Today is the 8th of April 2023 and I have just been on a little adventure trying to catch this sunset. I am at the Gold Coast this weekend and I'm on Cleland Street. There's a little park here. I had set myself up at the beach at Broad Beach because I wanted to film this catching the sunset. And then I realized that the sun wasn't setting where I was sitting, that it wasn't setting on the side of the beach. And at the time I was on the phone with a really good friend of mine, Sayonara, that lives in Spain. And we're having a catch up and my phone was dropping off. She's trying to call me back. I'm answering. She can't hear me. I can't hear her. I get back in the car. I'm trying to chase this sunset. And I just started driving and looking at the sun and just following it. And then I pulled up at this street, Cleland, I believe it is. And lo and behold, I stop in front of this home. There's all these stunning homes here, but I didn't even get out of the car. I'm like, this looks like I can get something from here. I can see the sunset. And when I look at the house, it's number 27. It's this huge number 27 in front of the house. And if you know me, 27 is my number. I actually have it tattooed on my arm. It follows me wherever I go, and whenever I need a sign, that's my sign. So as soon as I saw 27, I'm just like, yep, pull over. This is it. This is where I'm going to get it. So here we are. You can see the sun setting, which is fantastic. It's beautiful. It's a little bit windy today, so I'm not sure how we're going to go with the sound. I do have my little mic. So let's see how we go. So today's a special blog that I'm reading to you. It's very special, and you'll know why once I get to the end. But I wrote this one on the 7th of the 3rd, 2022. So since I wrote it, there has been some little updates to what I'm going to read out, and I'll let you know what the updates are at the end. But so yes, it was almost a year to the day that I wrote this. We're on the 8th of the 4th, 2023, so almost a year to the day. So this blog was published on ECHOEZ.com.au, and today I am going to do the vlogcast of that blog. So it is called Primal Sapien, and here we go. There's this guy I know who is slowly but surely sharing his deep passion for well-being with those he comes across that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now look at the picture below and look closely. As I stood there, taking in the endless aisles and rows of tablets, I couldn't help but feel that we've been lied to. First they make us sick, and then they offer us a pill, and we accept it. If we said no, that's enough, then our supermarkets and our chemists wouldn't look like this. Now, mind you, the picture below, well, the picture I'll be showing, is only the vitamins and supplements shelves. It does not include the medicines, or some countries they call drugs, the drug shelves. A handful of supplements and vitamins would be okay, but rows and rows and rows. Don't you think that is really effed up? Now, we are constantly fed, and no pun intended, information about what we should and we shouldn't be eating in order to live a healthy life. But most, and not all, of this information is misleading and given to us just like another pill we don't need, based on how much money it might make an organization if we buy into it. Who to believe? Who to trust? Who to look up to when all we can see is an increase of obesity, dis-ease, and death based on leading our lives in the way they, quotation marks, told us that it was healthy. So who do we believe in? So this guy I know, he's had enough. Enough of feeling run down, bloated, tired, headaches, even after eating what they tell us is healthy, and exercising just the way he was taught was healthy also. If it's the healthy way, then why is he, or was he for that matter, and the majority of others still feeling like shizer? I don't want to swear in case kids listen to this. And relying on pills for this and pills for that. So this guy I know, he made a change and he created Primal Sapien. Primal Sapien is Gilbert Fidelis. And Gilbert Fidelis is the guy I know who took a step in making a change instead of expecting a change without taking a step. Now, Gilbert loves to cook and has deep-seated roots to his Brazilian culture and cuisine. Changing what he has trusted and believed in all of his life was not easy, to say the least. And he did it for the sake of his long-term well-being and health. The benefits of the changes he implemented started to show almost immediately for Gilbert. So much so that he decided to create Primal Sapien, a website and a YouTube channel where he can share his experience in the hope that people get to see that it does not take much to make small yet vital changes to live a life of ease and not dis-ease. For Gilbert, it started as a vision, seeing his now and his future in a peaceful, healthy, and vibrant way helped him take the next step forward. Change itself is one of the hardest steps of the journey to wellness. Creating new habits takes time and commitment, and it's not easy, I know. So many people default to, I don't have time for this, or I don't have money for that. But let me ask you a question. Do you have the time to be sick? Do you have the money for doctors, specialists, treatments, and medicine? You see where I'm getting at? If you don't dedicate some time for your health now, or a little bit of money to make better food choices, then you'll have to make the time later to deal with the dis-ease and spend money to try and make yourself better. Ultimately, it's your choice. What do you choose? Now or later? Of course, there are some illnesses that are out of our control, but many are not. Many are created by the choices we make and the choices we don't make. When it comes to health, I, for one, am a work in progress, and I will be forever a work in progress. There are many changes I have already made, but there are still many more to go. Now, when I wrote this, I was a vegan, and I am now a vegetarian. So for the past, I think I was vegetarian for 6 years before I transitioned to vegan, and then I was vegan for 3 years and went back to vegetarian by introducing eggs into my diet, I'd say about 8 months ago now. So I'm diligent with that, and I consume a lot of vegetables and greens and things like that, but as we know, not enough. So I do need some supplements to complement my nutrition. I use these supplements to enhance and support my way of living. So for example, on top of having some fermented foods, I also take prebiotics or probiotics every day to support the health of my gut and digestive system. Another example would be that I take vitamin B12 along with eating foods high in vitamin B12. Now, most people don't know that B12 isn't actually produced by animals per se. This vitamin is actually synthesized by certain bacteria and, I hope I get this word right, archaea. It's spelled ARCHAEA. So hopefully I've said it right. If not, you can Google it. Now, our ancestors would get their B12 supply in from bacteria on root vegetables pulled from the ground and by drinking water from natural sources. Now, I bet the media and your doctors didn't tell you that, right? Yeah, so they twist things to make it suit them and their agenda. So, money. Now, back on topic. My point is that by getting curious and starting to make changes, you can be a step closer to the physical, mental, and spiritual wellness you desire. As Gilbert says, the physical changes you start to see is just a bonus. What really matters is how the changes make you feel overall. If you want to make some changes in order to reap the results, I suggest you start getting curious. You can even start by having a look at Gilbert's website. So that's primalsapien.com.au, and it is being revamped at the moment. So please be patient with him. And also go to his channel on YouTube, which is also Primal Sapien. Now, he is sharing a lot of things in Portuguese simply because we noticed that in Brazil, our homeland, there isn't much there to help in terms of what he is trying to share. So low carb and no processed sugars and things like that. So he is starting with the Brazilian side of things, but you will be able to translate everything on his website by clicking a button as soon as it is done. But just keep an eye out. But in saying that, start getting curious. Look up, do searches on Google and things like that. And once you get curious, you will find people that you resonate with and people that you will be able to be inspired by. But that's just his handles on his website and on his YouTube if you want to check it out. Okay. Now, although the site is a work in progress, what is already up there on primalsapien.com.au is simple and easy to understand. And if you decide you want to take the next step forward but don't know how, reach out to Gilbert. You can get him on his email, so hello@primalsapien.com.au, and just pop your details and your phone number in there, and he will give you a call and he can have a chat to you and help guide you. Now, Gilbert can't and will never give you health advice. He's not a doctor, but what he will do is provide you with some guidance which will assist you on your journey. Now, this man I know, Primal Sapien, Gilbert Fidelis, he's someone I admire, someone that I am proud of, someone who is my safe place, and someone who I love very, very much. This man is my husband. When I wrote this, he was my fiance, but he is now my husband, and I'm extremely proud of his passion to help people on their journey to wellness. And he does this from a place of care, and a place of wanting people to have a life where they are healthy and happy and at peace. And when your body feels good, those other things just come naturally. But when our body is full of dis-ease and completely inflamed and bloated from all of these inflammatory foods that we have been led to believe that are healthy, then our mind can't function as clearly and as sharply as it can when we have this well-being. So Primal Sapien is a lifestyle. It is not a diet. If you're after a quick fix diet, Primal Sapien is not for you. It is a lifestyle. So my question to you is, as the sun sets, are you going to wake up with the sunrise to a life of well-being, or are you going to continue in a path where you will have to make time and you will have to spend money on doctors and pills to get better? So all I want you to do is get curious. Just get curious. Start doing your own research. Start, take the reins. It's your life, right? It is your life. If you are happy with how things are and that's what you want to do, more power to you. But it is your life. Take charge. So as the sun sets, I say good evening, and I hope that you have a beautiful day when the sun rises wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I look forward to chatting to you again soon.